Welcome to today's video in Codenado. Today we're going to be learning about a very important topic, and that is conditionals in Java. And today we're going to look at the if and else if conditionals. And to better understand this, we're going to put this and implement this in a small example, small programming project that will be able to find the your letter average once you've inputted your numerical grade average. So let's get started. So the first thing what we want to do is create a public static void main method. So we can do that by simply simple. And inside of this, we want to actually create our average variable. So to do this, we're going to start with, as we know, whenever we're creating variable, we want to start off with the data type of it. So in this case, because it's going to be a grade, you necessarily want to have it up to the hundredths decimal, just so that you get more accurate results. So we're going to have double. Let's make our variable my average, and let's set this equal to I don't know, let's put, say you have a 85.36. Okay, and let's just print this out just so we know what we're dealing with. So system.out print, and we're just going to print out print line, and let's say your current average, and we're just going to concatenate this with a simple plus symbol, and we'll just call our my average variable that we declared in line 4 right here. Okay, so after this, we can start with our conditionals. Okay, so how do we create conditionals in Java? Well, the first step is, as I told you earlier, today we're going to deal with the if and else if conditionals. So basically, a conditional is going to pass a value through a condition that you can create. So it's sort of like a boolean. It's either true or false. So let's say we want to create a condition that is going to ask if my average variable or value is greater than or equal to a certain number. If it's true, it'll do whatever we declare under the if statement. If it's false, then it'll just ignore the if statement and continue on with the program. So let's see what I mean here. So let's start with our first if statement. So we start off with saying what type of conditional. In this case, we're using if, and then we follow that with a set of parentheses. And now within these parentheses, we are going to include our actual condition. So right now, I want to create a condition that's going to be able to tell if we have an A average or not. So we can do this by doing my average is greater than or equal to, remember we saw this in Booleans, greater than or equal to a certain number. So for my grading scale in my school, a 90 or above is an A. So if we wanted to, now we're dealing with, it's important to remember that we're dealing with double, so decimals. So I'm going to do it down to the decimal. So if the 90 is an A, then, and the decimal does round up. So if 90 is an A, then an 89.45 is the lowest here. Well, 89.5 is going to be the lowest you can get. So we'll do 89.5. That's the lowest you can get, right? That's going to round up if you want an A. Now within this, we're going to actually declare what we want to happen. So in this case, we're just going to keep it simple. We're just going to print out you have an A average. So to do that, we're going to do system.out print line, and inside here we're just going to say you have an A average. Okay, that sounds good. It's that simple. That's how you create a conditional. So let's look at the parts to it. So first we have the type, which is in this case an if. Then we have within the set of parentheses we have our actual condition. So if my average is greater than or equal to 89.5, then we're going to print out you have an A average. So now let's create one that calculates how much you have for a B average. So to do this, we can't do two if statements in a row. So instead, we are going to create else if. So else if is pretty much, as you can say, just a second if. So whenever you're starting a set of if statements, you can start off with the if statement, and then each subsequent conditional, if it's an if, you're just going to do else if, else if, else if. So let's see what I mean. So for starting another if statement, we'll just do else if, and then we're going to do the same thing for our conditional here. So now let's calculate the average for a B. So we can do my average, pretty much the same thing. If my average is greater than or equal to a, let's say a B is 79.45, okay? And it's that simple. Declaring what type of conditional, our actual condition, and then inside these two curly braces, we are going to perform a certain set of actions. So in this case, let's just do pretty much the same thing as we did above. So system try out. Let's say, okay, that's simple. So now when we run this, what should happen? What's going to be our desired output? Well, let's start from the beginning. We know that our average is going to be 85.36. After this, we're going to actually print this average. So we should see current average, and we know that because it says it right here. Current average, set of colons, and then we're going to concatenate this value right here. So 85.36. Current average is going to be 85.36. After this, it's going to go down to the conditionals. Okay, so it's going to take this 85.36. So we're going to start off with this first if statement right here. Okay, so it's going to say if my average, which is 85.36, is greater than or equal to 89.5. So right away, we can knock that off. 85.36 is not greater than or equal to 89.5. So what's going to happen? Java is just going to ignore this and going to jump on and move on throughout the program. So we can just ignore this now. So now we can move on to our next if statement. So now it's saying else if my average is greater than or equal to 79.45. Print this out. So is my average greater than or equal to 79.45? Well, yes, it is. So it's going to print out. It should print out. You have a B average. So that's going to be desired output. So it's going to say current average 85.36. Then you have a B average. But you might be asking, what's going to happen if we do, let's say you have a 54.32? What's going to happen then? Does it satisfy either of these if statements? Well, in that case, Java is just going to ignore the entire thing. This isn't going to be any output besides this common output. So let's run this and see if we get a desired output. So we get our current average, and we don't get anything else after that. But now let's put it so that we actually get this system.out.print line. So let's do a 80.32. From this, we should get our desired output that we have down here. And there we go. Perfect. So that's pretty much how you create if and else if conditionals in Java. Very simple and straightforward. And thank you for watching. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to like and subscribe.